Hey there, fellas. So today we're gonna continue having some fun with those cars that we buried a year ago. Today, here's what I'd like to do. As sad as all of this might seem, I mean, the cars are now in terrible condition, make no mistake. The Lada, which spent some time in a lake, was in much better shape, even though it did cave in. In any case, the contents of its engine bay didn't look half as bad. As for these cars, well, here's what we're looking at. The cars were under enormous pressure, so they're completely squashed. The motors are full of water, as if they've been submerged in a lake, due to a swamp forming over there. Today I'll try starting the Lada and the Toyota. I'm gonna be honest here. The Audi is toast. The starter ain't working. We also broke the carburetor off with the mounting plate. It was extremely tough to get them out of there. The cars were being torn apart, so we had to tether them tightly. We tied some cables to the frame rails, and to be honest, we made a slight miscalculation, and when we gave it a pull, everything was sheared off. You can clearly see it. I have no idea how to put it all back together. If it weren't for that starter motor, I would have figured something out. But it's completely fried, I'm afraid. You might remember that it wasn't feeling great when we were placing the car into the pit. But now it's done for. Anyway, we'll start with the Lada. After that, if everything goes okay, if we have some time left, I might try to tinker a bit with that thing. So yeah, now we have to clean them up, get them ready, expel the water, clean everything out, get some spark and fuel happening. All we need is for them to show some signs of life. So you guys keep watching while I try firing it up. Starting cars which spent a year underground. Translation and voiceover by BMI Russian. This thing has no choice but to start. Oh yeah, I don't have any sound. But I'm still super keen. Anyway, fellas, we looking pretty good. We just checked the starter. Works fine. But as always, we got lucky, and the car is in gear, so we have to put it back into neutral. And to do that, we have to go through an entire quest. Open the door, then work the shovel. We have to get to the gear shift somehow. Only then can we get it into neutral. Business as usual. Try it out. We have neutral. That's the fan hitting something. It's working! You saw it for yourselves, fellas. It runs. It does indeed run. You can see some steam coming from the exhaust manifold. Oh man, we screwed up. It occurred to me that the exhaust pipe is probably jammed. It runs! Awesome! We did well when trying to get the ignition system to work. If it was installed on that side, I'd probably figure out that, but it's over here, and I'm like, putting it in as usual. There you go, fellas. It starts. It actually starts. Ladas, man. These cars never cease to amaze. Never, man. We should probably pour something into the carburetor. Shit's flying all over the place. Did you see that? We are looking good. A lot of starts. I mean, that's a great sign. This is fantastic. There are some dudes I know. I'm pretty sure everybody knows someone like that. Anyway, I'm talking about people who really don't like their Ladas. I just want to say that that's uncalled for. I've been trying to prove to these guys time and time again that this is a brilliant car. All we had to do was replace a gasket underneath the carburetor, get some clean gas flowing from a different tank, replace the filters, and it's good to go. You might want to clean it out too. Yeah, get all the mud out of there, weld the front end back in place. It's not too much work. Anyway, the distributor is okay, the ignition coil is good. Now we get to our next guinea pig, and that would be the Toyota.
I've been all the way down, now I never leave the ground. Did you see me back then? I would always pretend when I made it to the other side. I knew that it was worth the fight. There is no...
It is clicking.
Being in the process is a lifelong game. I play it to the fullest, you can call me insane.
We have spark! Yeah! We have spark. That's nice. A thought just occurred to me. Maybe we sell this motor. What the hell? I found the source. This thing's making the noise. I say we add some gas. Okay. You could say that it started. Okay. Go for it. Not enough gas. What can I say here, fellas? Toyota makes some decent cars. It does run. I guess that's it. We're done here. Look at all that steam. Oh man, that stench. It did spend some time in a swamp. So here's what we're looking at, fellas. After our cars spent an entire year underground, given these awful conditions with plenty of water, mud and dirt, with everything rusting through, and the motors filling up with water. So all the relays, distributors, ignition coils, everything was completely soaked in water. However, the Lada did start. It fired up. Same story with the Toyota. The Audi doesn't want to start. It must be upset or something. I recall there being some starter motor issues when we were placing the cars in the pit. And now even when feeding power straight to the starter, it just doesn't react. Not even a hint of life. Yeah, it's wasted. And I don't know any other ways to get the car started. In any case, this is quite remarkable. The Lada and the Toyota had no... I had no doubt that the Lada would start after our little experiment with the lake. It's worth noting that these are all carbureted motors, using a simple distributor. This makes things much easier than if we were dealing with fuel-injected cars, where you'd have to clean out the entire fuel system, not to mention that God knows what would have happened to the ignition coils. In any case, simple cars are the most reliable. And here we have yet another example of just that. So this experiment has been a success. These old cars have really done well here. They start, so everything's good. They even run. And after a little cleanup, I'm sure you can even drive them. That's all for now. Watch our videos, leave some comments and suggestions, subscribe to our channel, and see you later. Now we get to the interesting part. We have to remove everything, clean them up, and somehow get them out of here. I have no idea how we're going to do this. Anyway, let's get stuck into it.